Savannah, do you have a minute?
Hey, Allison, long time no talk. Is something wrong?
My little brother told you, didn't he? That my husband and I are living in my mother's house?
Yes, I did hear that. You started living with your mother around last week, right?
Yeah, Mom's old now, and she was on her own. It's only been 3 years since you and my brother got married, so I felt bad that you guys would have to live with another person. You better be thankful that my husband and I are going back home for you.
Thank you so much. We'll help if you guys ever need anything. So please don't hesitate to let us know if you do.
Aw, how dependable. Were you perhaps hoping to live in my mom's house?
Huh? Well, it's not that, but if your mother asked us to live with her, I think we would have said yes. She's so kind. I'm totally open to the offer.
Yeah, the only good thing about my mom is that she's nice.
That's not true. As a wife, I really admire her. Besides, she raised you and your brother on her own. Isn't that amazing?
I mean, she was only technically a single mom. She was on easy mode.
Easy mode?
I mean, when our dad passed away, I was already in high school. My brother was in middle school, but we were both pretty old already. Besides, she got a lot of inheritance from our dad. She was working, but she had it pretty easy raising us.
I still think it's a difficult thing to accomplish.
Saying something like that is going to make single mothers who have been on their own since their babies were children angry. To them, my mom had no struggles raising her kids. She was having fun with her life.
Wasn't she just trying to make it seem that way? I mean, you and your brother both went to college too. Your mother paid for all, your tuition and other fees, didn't she?
I told you, it was the inheritance. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to live a relaxed life like she did. We were raised by a single mom, but we never had financial struggles.
I see.
But now that there's no more inheritance left, she's just a stingy old lady.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, we're going through the effort to live with her, but she's saying that she won't even pay for the house to be remodeled.
But isn't the house still pretty nice? I think it's because your mother's been getting things fixed here and there. No matter how many times I come over, every single corner of the house is spotless. I admire her for it.
Oh, I didn't know you were stingy with your money too, Savannah. No wonder you get along with my mom so well.
I don't think that has to do with anything. It's about whether the renovation is a necessity or not.
Oh, I forgot to mention the reason why I contacted you. We decided to renovate the house a little anyways. I need you to take garbage that we don't need anymore.
Garbage? I think you should ask the movers about that.
No. I say garbage, but it's furniture that we don't use anymore. So, for someone stingy like you, I think it's a pile of gold.
I think we have enough furniture at our place for now.
Then take it from us as a way of thanking us for living with Mom. You can throw it away if you want, but make sure you dispose of it on your accord.
We can't just take your trash.
You're so useless. Earlier you told me that you would do anything to help us.
I'm sorry.
Fine. Then let my mom stay over at your place for a month.
Huh? Stay over?
We're going to remodel Mom's room and the bathroom. We can't use the other rooms either. You don't want to make her sleep in the living room, do you? Plus, my husband and I go to the gym so we can shower there. But my mom would have to keep going to the spa until the renovation is over. Don't you feel bad for her?
I mean, sure, a month is fine. But if she were to come to our house, her room would be the room connected to the living room. Would that be okay?
It's fine, as long as she gets privacy. I'm sure Mom would be happy to live with you, Savannah.
Okay, but please let me discuss things with my husband before making a final decision.
My little brother will definitely say yes, too. Just like Mom. The only good thing about him is that he's nice. Okay, then I'll send her over the day after tomorrow. Thanks. I'll let you know when the remodeling is done.
Allison, your mother told me. What did you mean when you told her not to come home?
Exactly that. I mean, we changed the ownership of the house, so it's legally mine now. Why does Mom need to live in my house?
It was your mother's house in the beginning. You can't just tell her not to come home all of a sudden.
Who cares? In a few years, she'll be sent to a nursing home anyways. I'll leave taking care of her to you guys until then. You said you were okay with living with her, so you can't just turn her down now, right?
We won't turn her away. Your mother is going to live with us from now on.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad I have a nice little brother and sister-in-law. I mean, I wasn't going to let my mom be homeless.
How can you say that when you took over her house? Your mother told me everything. She never needed you to live with her in the first place.
But in the end, she caved and let us live with her, didn't she? I think it was Mom's fault for agreeing.
This is horrible. She took care of you all this time. How can you do something like this?
She didn't do much. She was just fulfilling her responsibilities as a parent. Why do I need to be thankful when all she did was fulfill those responsibilities?
It might be a parent's responsibility to raise their children, but either way, I don't think it's something you should take for granted. Plus, didn't your mother pay for most of your wedding stuff? I heard that she helped you out a bunch of times when you were struggling with money too.
Like I said, she was just doing what she needed to do as a parent. A mother's job. Her responsibility for giving birth to me.
I don't like the way you think.
I'm not living my life trying to be liked by you anyways. I don't really care what you think about me.
Allison, I want you to cut all ties with my husband and I, as well as with your mother.
What are you saying? Are you trying to get a revenge? That's fine, but that means I won't have to take care of Mom anymore, right?
Yes, and we'll be the ones taking care of her from now on.
Great. That's fine by me. I mean, it seems like Mom has no more money, so I'm not expecting any inheritance from her. Oh, but is there any life insurance? I mean, just because I cut her off doesn't mean I'm not her daughter anymore. I still have rights to my inheritance.
Then I'd like you to never come into our lives ever again. I can't fully trust you, so I'm going to need some contracts too.
Do you really need to go through all that effort?
We're actually very upset. This is the least you can do. We don't want you coming to us for money or anything later on.
Excuse me? Do you really think I'm going to ask my low-salary brother and his part-time working wife for money? You guys have less money than my husband and I do.
Then you're fine with the contract, right? We'd rather not see you or your husband as much as possible.
What a paranoid woman. I knew there was a reason why I didn't get along with you very well. Of course, someone like you would marry my brother. You're perfect for my clueless brother.
Yes, my husband has a tendency to be nice to everyone, so I need to have my act together. Same goes for your mother. She got her house stolen by you because she was too kind.
Either way, it would have been my house. I'm the eldest daughter.
Is that so? Well, then I'll send the letter of agreement sometime soon.
Fine, whatever. I'll sign it. I don't want to associate myself with you any longer either. I'd be happy to sign your papers. Savannah, how are you? Are you still living with my mom?
What do you want from me? Didn't we cut each other out of our lives?
Don't start trying to find me right away. I mean, you didn't block my number, did you? That means I can still contact you, right?
I didn't block you so that I could contact you in case something happens to your mother. I can't say whether I would contact you, though. I just kept your number in case your mother asked me to get in touch with you.
By the way, we renovated the exterior of our house, too. It looks pretty nice. Why don't you come around to look at it sometime? I mean, I won't invite you in though.
Why would I go? I don't even want to go close to your house.
I guess that's true. You guys are 3 adults living in a small apartment. You must be so jealous of us because we have our own house.
I don't feel that way at all.
Come on, don't try to put on a tough act. But thank goodness, I'm so happy you took in that annoying old lady. Now we can live in our own house without any guilt. I'm so thankful.
I could say the same thing. Thanks to you, my husband and I can live in a wonderful mansion. Thank you so much for letting your mom live with us.
A mansion? What? What are you talking about?
We're currently building a 2-family home. It comes with a huge yard, and the house itself is huge. For me, it's almost like living in a mansion. We should be able to get a dog soon, too.
A 2-family house? You're joking, right? How could my brother afford to build a house like that? He works at a company with a smaller salary than my husband.
It seems like you're misunderstanding. My husband's paycheck isn't as low as you think it is. Plus, your mother is actually the one that's getting the house built for us.
What? My mom?
Yes. She said that it was a waste just having her savings lying around, so she used it to build us a home. I'm so thankful for her. That made me want to continue to do everything I can to make her life more comfortable too.
Why does mom even have that kind of money? There is no way this is true.
Apparently, your mother hasn't spent much of your father's inheritance. She did use it for your tuition, but for things other than that, she was using her own salary.
You're joking. You're saying that we were well off because of my mom's salary? She was making that much money?
I don't know the exact numbers, but she was doing investments and side jobs along with her main income. All so that you and my husband could live a comfortable life. She seems to have been working extremely hard all this time. She said that she would only get around 3 hours of sleep every day.
There's no way. I didn't know my mom was working that hard.
Obviously. You were talking about how she was living a relaxed life. They say a child would never understand their parents' pain, but you're a perfect example of that saying. My husband knew about it. He knew that his mother was staying up late every night to work.
I'm going to apologize to mom. I'm going to apologize. This time I'll take responsibility and live with her.
Oh, stop it. What kind of a joke is that? You're obviously trying to take over the new house, aren't you? Sorry, but the land legally belongs to my husband now.
What's mom's contact number? It seems like she's been declining my calls, and my calls won't go through.
That's what it means to cut ties with someone.
Then I'll go over to your house. At least let me apologize.
We didn't want you bothering us, so we moved. I don't plan on telling you our new address either.
You moved? Does that mean you guys already had plans to build a house when you said you wanted me to cut ties with you guys? You're the one that's calculating and manipulative. You're terrible. You tricked my mom with nice words, didn't you?
That's not true. We decided to build the house after we moved. Besides, my husband and I were against building a new home at first. We didn't want your mother to spend the money she worked so hard to save.
Then why did you guys decide to build the house?
Your mother was very insistent. Also, I found out that I was pregnant when we moved. We knew that we would need to move again in the near future. Plus, your mom said that she didn't want to leave any inheritance for you. You're still related to her by blood, so a part of the inheritance would have to end up with you. She wanted to spend her savings while she was still alive.
But I'm still her daughter. It's not fair that my brother gets everything.
I would think this is normal after everything you did. Your mom raised you all these years, but in the end, you stole her house and threw her out. You got what you deserve.
Fine. Then at least have her pay our renovation bills. There are a lot of things we haven't renovated in our home. Tell my mom that all I'm asking for is money to renovate those things.
Your mother is looking at these text messages right now. She's sighing. She said that she doesn't have a single penny to give you.
Mom, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Please forgive me. I'm sorry I took the house from you.
It's too late to apologize now. You have a horrible personality.
Thanks to the fact that you did something so terrible, we were able to make our decision.
We're all so thankful that we were able to cut off ties with you. I don't know where my sister-in-law found out the information, but she was able to find out the general area where we were building our home. She was going around trashing construction sites where new homes were being built. Unfortunately, those properties weren't ours. She must have gotten the wrong idea because I told her it was a huge house. But I think the size of our new home is quite normal. It is true that we have a huge yard, though. And for me, it feels like a huge home. So I can't necessarily say that I lied to her. But since there were other huge homes in the area, I do feel bad that she messed up the homes of those families. My sister-in-law was sued by that family because she trashed the construction site and now needs to pay compensation for damages. However, my husband and I, nor her mother, will help her at this point. I think that this is what my sister-in-law deserves for her terrible actions. A few months after that, our two-family home was finally complete. Thankfully, my sister-in-law doesn't know where our new home is located. Even if she does find out where we live, I plan on reporting her to the police if she tries to get close to us. I'm surrounded by my kind mother-in-law and husband, so all I want to do now is focus on giving birth to a healthy baby. I also want to never forget how thankful I am for my mother-in-law who is living with us. And I want to create a family filled with happiness.